Hi everyone, welcome to today's Legal 101. It's a Tuesday and therefore it's on tax law. If you're new here, karibu sana. Every Monday I post about employment and labor relations law. Tuesday I post about tax law. Wednesday family and succession law. Thursday environment and land law. And Friday constitutional and human rights law. Now every so often we switch that up. We talk about aviation law, climate law, insolvency law. But today we're going to talk about tax law. Now, excise duty is what we're talking about today. Excise duty is a tax imposed on goods and services manufactured in Kenya or imported into Kenya and specified in the first schedule of the Excise Duty Act. If you just Google excise duty and then go to the KRA website, you will see the basic information about what excise duty is. Okay? But if you're looking at the Excise Duty Act and you scroll down to the first schedule, Part 1 gives you a list of excisable goods. Part 2 gives you a list of excisable services. There are quite a few, I will not mention all of them. But under goods we have alcoholic beverages, onions, cosmetics, wines, spirits, oils. Under services, we have duty payable on telephone and internet data service. We have duty on fees charged for money transfer services by cellular phone service providers, by banks, by financial institutions, and by digital lenders. And we have duty on betting, on gaming, on prize competition, and on lottery. Okay? Now, if you do any of the following things, you must obtain an excise license. There are 5. If you manufacture excisable goods in Kenya, if you supply excisable goods, if you import into Kenya excisable goods that require an excise stamp, meaning every package of excisable goods except motor vehicles, okay? If you use spirits or illuminating kerosene to manufacture goods in Kenya that are not excisable goods. And number 5, if you carry any other activity that has been gazetted by the Commissioner General KRA as one attracting excise duty, you must apply for an excise license. Now, the procedure for application for this license is provided under the Excise Duty Act, but also on the KRA website. You can just click on it and see what is required of you. This license can be suspended due to various reasons. There are about 7. Number 1, if the business conducted by the licensed person is halted, if the business closes operations, if the licensed person has not kept proper records. You know, as a taxpayer, it is up to you to keep a record of the transactions that you take part in. Okay? If the licensed person has breached a condition of the license, if the licensed person has made a false or misleading statement to the commissioner, if the licensed person is a manufacturer, the factory, plant, or equipment specified in their license is no longer adequate to manufacture or secure excisable goods. And lastly, if there is a change in the name, address, place of business, ownership, constitution, or nature of the principal activity carried on by the licensed person, and the license can be suspended. The procedure for suspension is also very important because, as you know, Article 47 of the Constitution provides that everybody has a right to fair administrative action. The procedure before such administrative actions are taken is extremely important, okay? There has to be a balance. The Commissioner General must issue a 21-day written notice to the licensed person. That notice may require the licensed person to remedy the situation, okay? There has to be a reason. Why do you want to suspend my license, okay? And is there something I can do to make sure my license is not suspended? Now, the licensed person may appeal against the decision to suspend his or her license by issuance of a 14-day notice of appeal. Once they issue this notice of appeal to the commissioner has 14 days to have a look at the notice of appeal. They could allow the prayer and halt the suspension, or they could cancel the license altogether. Now, the 21-day notice period may be waived by KRA if the licensed person has engaged in tax fraud, has been found in possession of or using counterfeit stamps on excisable goods, or has been found in possession of goods bearing counterfeit stamps, or has violated any regulations relating to health and safety standards or packaging of goods. Okay? Once a license is suspended, the manufacturer can no longer manufacture the excisable goods. They must pay all unpaid excise duty, and they must dispose of the goods and material in the factory as directed by the commissioner. The commissioner may also ask the manufacturer to remove the goods from the factory to another place it has approved, and may take control, seize the manufacturer's factory in a bid to protect revenue. Imagine showing up in court, being sued by a taxpayer or a licensed person as KRA, and they are saying you seized their factory without a 21-day notice, and you could not prove fraud, all the things I mentioned. You know, of course, they will be ordered to release or to allow the taxpayer to have access to their factory. And what if the court actually awards costs to the taxpayer? They show up at KRA, at the accounting officer, with a decree. Same amount that is supposed to come out of taxpayers' monies, okay? So just a lot of the times when I give Legal 101, it's to ensure authorities such as KRA are compliant. The law already provides for what you should do in terms of procedure. You just need to be compliant, and as a taxpayer, the law also provides what you need to do. You just need to seek guidance enough to ensure that you're compliant, okay? So that marks the end of today's Legal 101. I tried to make it as simple as possible because I know sometimes I lose some of you when we start talking about tax law. But pole ndio mwendo, okay? So I'll see you tomorrow for family and succession law. Bye.